Hey guys, it's your girl Liv, and I'm here to make you another inspirational talk video. Today's video is going to be on finding our purpose slash like what is the meaning of our life. The first thing that I wanted to talk about is that life is short, and what would you be doing differently if you knew that Jesus wasn't going to be coming tomorrow, but if you knew that Jesus was coming a year and a half from now? And basically, the main point I wanted to talk about is that our purpose in this life is to love and to serve one another. Ultimately, that's like what God calls us to do. None of us really know what heaven is like, but you know, when you get to heaven, it's not going to matter that Jimmy over here was a construction worker and Mikey got to be a rock star. And I think that we need to learn to have the attitude of gratitude and to learn to be thankful for what we have today, because we need to focus on what is in front of us, not what is ahead of us. Literally, our main purpose is to love, to serve one another, and to most importantly serve God. And there's a multitude of ways that we can do that. If you knew that you only had a year and a half left, what would you be wanting to do differently with your life? Life is way too short to want to be living for the approval of others. Life is too short to be filled with bitterness and resent. And life is way too short to just constantly be meeting others out of judgment rather than love. And I was on an Enactus team this year, and the theme of our Enactus team was to be a neighbor. And basically, the whole like spiel was that, you know, we become a neighbor when we choose to meet and fulfill the need of someone else. And it's repeatedly in the Bible where Jesus talks about that, you know, anyone who loves the least of these loves me. Anyone who like sees a child in need and offers a drink of water loves me. Anyone who sees someone who's poor and choose to help them, like, they choose to love me. And I think that sometimes like we need to take a step back and learn to appreciate what is in front of us. I love coffee, and our Enactus team, we went down on a mission trip to Guatemala, where this coffee is from, and we saw that they had a huge need. Guatemala had a huge problem with children who were on the streets, and that is still a huge problem. And so we chose to open up a cafe, and that's what our team worked on this year. And I think like the biggest thing that I've learned is that there are so many people who are in need in front of you. There are so many people out there who are hurting that you don't even know about. And I think that we can bring so much more fulfillment to our lives when we choose to meet other people out of love. And remember that every single one of us has a purpose. And like, our purpose is the same, but the way that we live our lives and the way that God has chosen us to fulfill our purpose is completely different. And what His plan for you is completely different than the plan to the neighbor next to you. But take a step back and just realize that ultimately we are just called to serve, and we are just called to love one another. And I think that when we realize that that's all we're asked to do in this life, it can bring us a lot of peace. And so basically, don't spend your time worrying about what other people think. Start practicing the habit of being thankful and of learning to love on the people that are around you. And remember that God has got you. We don't always understand what we're doing now, and remember that sometimes the only way to see God's plan is in the rear view mirror behind you. So this has been a Livspiration Talk. Remember that y'all got this. Remember that God's got you. And if you want me to talk about anything else, comment down below and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this one. Peace, love, and blessings, y'all. Bye.